They rise from the desert floor not as ruins, but as statements. Massive stone buildings, carefully placed, deliberately shaped, standing where no city was supposed to exist. These are the great houses of Chaco Canyon. They were not homes in the ordinary sense. They were not villages that slowly grew over time. They were planned. Some contained hundreds of rooms. Some rose 4 and 5 stories high. Walls were thick, straight, and carefully bonded with stone and mortar. In a world without metal tools, without wheeled transport, without draft animals, this level of construction should not have been possible. And yet, it happened. Timber was hauled from mountain forests, more than 50 miles away. Stone was quarried, shaped, and stacked with precision. Rooms were aligned, repeated, and mirrored. This was not improvisation. This was architecture. What makes the great houses truly remarkable is not just their size, but their consistency. Across Chaco Canyon, the same building patterns appear again and again. Rectangular room blocks, formal plazas, and large circular spaces we now call great kivas. This kind of uniformity tells us something important. Someone was deciding how these places should look. These buildings were not designed for everyday life. Many rooms show little evidence of cooking, storage, or long-term habitation. Instead, they feel ceremonial, administrative, symbolic. They were places meant to be entered, experienced, and remembered. Stand inside one of these great houses, and scale becomes the message. The walls loom. The spaces echo. The human body feels small. That is not accidental. Across cultures and centuries, monumental architecture has always served the same purpose: to project power, order, and permanence. Chaco was doing the same thing. But here's the deeper question. Why here? Why build monuments of this scale in one of the most arid, remote landscapes in North America? The answer may be that Chaco was not meant to support a massive population, but to anchor a system. A place people traveled to. A place ceremonies were held. A place authority was displayed. The great houses were not just buildings. They were signals. And those signals reached far beyond the canyon. Similar architectural styles appear at distant sites, suggesting Chaco's influence extended across the region. These structures were not isolated experiments. They were the visible heart of something much larger. The great houses tell us that Chaco was not accidental, not temporary, and not simple. It was ambitious. It was organized. And it was built to endure. But monumental scale comes at a cost. It requires coordination, labor, resources, and stability. And when any of those begin to fail, the very size that once projected strength can become a burden. In the next chapter of Chaco's story, we begin to see that strain. Because if the great houses show us what Chaco was, the roads will show us how it functioned, and the sky will show us why it mattered.